Hey guys, my name is Star and welcome to my very first speed build. I'm making currently the Asylum Challenge house. Next Wednesday, or this Wednesday coming up, you'll get to see my Asylum Challenge. So I'm going to explain a little bit about what I have to do and what the requirements are. I explain more in detail when I get to the Asylum Challenge. But for this house, I'm only allowed to have one toilet, one sink, one shower, 4 beds, 4 seating spots, and only 5 skill items, which don't include computers, TVs, bookshelves, mirrors, stoves, etc. And you can only either have a TV or a computer. It's actually pretty challenging. I've recorded a couple ahead of time, and it's pretty challenging. Right now I'm working on the porch area. I wanted something a little more asylum looking. I live in Pennsylvania, and we have Penhurst Asylum that people like go and visit all the time especially during Halloween. I've never been because I'm not much of like a scary like haunted house type person. I've actually never been. I went to a haunted, I went to Six Flags one time when it was like during Fright Night, and it was like the worst thing in the world. Like, we got cornered by like some scary clown thing. Anyway, that doesn't have anything to do with what's happening right now. Anyway, so the asylum, I wanted, they either remind me of like dreary rundown, like, for lack of a better like idea, like institutions. I guess that's why they called you like institutionalized if you actually did get put into an asylum. And then there's also the ones that like look like they're like these big nice mansion-y places that aren't really institutions at all. So I went for the ones that didn't really look like an institution but were like homes to get better. So like my builds always have some sort of symmetry to them. I think right now, especially looking down from above, you can see that very well. My builds, to have it like not without symmetry, kind of bothers me. I don't know why. My house has no symmetry. I don't think any of the houses that I've ever lived in have symmetry, but like if I'm doing these builds with like this for like the challenges, or like even if I'm just messing around and have like a family with a bunch of kids, like the house might not have symmetry, but their bedrooms have symmetry. So I don't know what that is about it, but maybe it makes it easier on me after like making a humongous mansion and there's like 80 million bedrooms, and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of thinking. Everybody is going to be a robot. Nobody's going to have individuality. They're all going to be set up the same way. I don't know. Anyway, so as you can see here, I have like the 4 bedrooms and then like the kitchen area and 2 hallways and like 2 other areas. The one I'm going to turn into like the skill room. The other room I'm going to turn into like the quote study. But as you can see, I completely forgot to put in a bathroom. And I'm like, why did I forget to put in a bathroom? I end up putting one in later in this build, which completely throws off the symmetry. And I'm like, this sucks. But I mean, in the end, it kind of works out. While I'm playing the Asylum Challenge and I'm recording, I think in like the 3rd or like the 4th one, I literally say, I wish I didn't put the sink and the bathroom, or like the toilet and the toilet and the shower in the same room, because it really screws up everything, because there's 8 Sims and they all need to use the bathroom at once. Anyway, so I'm building the kitchen here. And I made the walls red, as you saw, and then I like left like a checkered background where the stove and like the countertops are gonna be, which ended up, I mean, you don't see it often because I normally have the walls down, but it was actually pretty interesting. Sorry guys, talking like constantly makes my throat a little dry. So occasionally you'll hear me drink, maybe. I don't know if that'll pick up on my mic, but here, now you can see I'm making the bathroom and I completely forgot to put in a light. I never ended up putting in a light, which makes it kind of dark in there, but I did end up putting in a window. We need all basic items, so I didn't even get to like give it personality. It's all basic, all white. The only thing that really has personality is the walls and the carpets in the bedrooms. Trying to find like a good fitting carpet in that area was pretty difficult because most of the carpets that they have that are like that are either single covers or like ones that are take up two slots, two squares, but they're like really small. I did something similar there with the like how I did in the kitchen. I made the bathroom where the shower and like the sink is different. I made that tiles. That's just a personal preference. All the bathrooms that I've ever had or been in, you have like the normal like wallpaper walls with like the trim on top, and then you'll have like the tiled walls behind it to like, I guess, protect against the humidity and like the water in case you splash on it, so it doesn't ruin the drywall behind it. But like I ended up using the city living apartment basic used everything in this kitchen. The stove, the refrigerator, the only thing that I didn't use in here that wasn't part of the city living was I think the chairs, the table, and the what is that called? The little catch thing for the steam, and the thing that blows the air so that it doesn't, like, I don't even know what to call it. Anyway, I ended up putting too many chairs in this build in the end because I completely forgot how many. That was me trying to fix the symmetry in the house a little. I completely got rid of the last hallway because I was like, there's no purpose to the hallway if it's not leading anywhere and there's no symmetry. But I excuse me guys, I lost my train of thought. Oh well, whatever. I ended up using the outdoor retreat beds because they were like the most basic. They weren't uncomfortable for adults, kind of like the kid bed is. I would have used the kid bed, but which would have been more basic, but I was like, they're kid beds. The least thing we can do is give them adult beds so that they're not uncomfortable. You can see there I kind of paused because I was like, why doesn't this bookshelf fit? I've never run across that bookshelf where it doesn't fit because normally my walls are pretty high. My mic just fell over. Sorry guys, I'm having a time. I put the bookshelf in the other room, but I end up pulling it into this room because I decided that this one was going to be like the study area and the other one was going to be the skill building area. in the end, this build was really like bland for me, especially because I love to put in clutter. I love putting in clutter because it gives like personality to the houses, and not being able to put in clutter or anything that gave any sort of personality to the house was really killing me. I think what I ended up doing was just kind of putting in the basics because nothing that I put in was allowed to affect the emotional state of the Sims in any way, shape, or form. So I kind of like was like, all right, well then I'm not gonna put anything in because I don't know what's gonna affect anything. And I think like if you put in clutter and stuff like that, it ends up giving like a well decorated buff, which makes them happy. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I ended up choosing the easel for my 5 skill building items. I ended up choosing like the easel, the mic stand, which isn't in there yet, the rocket, which you saw me put out there earlier, and then I'm about to put in the treadmill because my sim is the one that I need to control. Is her first aspiration is a bodybuilder, so she needed that, and then the flower arranging, which I don't even know if I'm gonna end up using the flower arranging or the mic, but I was like, you know what, something easy, simple that'll make money. Now we're just doing the finishing touches on the house, putting the outside like up. So I ended up going with like basic siding and then like a stone front, because I hate to like do all siding houses. Like I see them around, at least where I live, I see all siding houses, but where I live, we have like super humongous mansions too. So excuse me. So like I get a lot of architecture from like where I live because of the fact that like the mansions and things are like pretty big and like pretty elegant. And a lot of them I see have this front where they have like stone, or even some of them are just all flat stone and then like the top portion will be just siding. So I ended up going with like a front of the stone and then the siding of all around the back and the sides. And then I'm messing with the roof here. I end up putting the siding on the roof too. And then I end up fixing these little corners because I'm like, this doesn't look right, which when I pull them to the side and pull them back, it ends up looking a lot better. And then I end up putting the like gutter awning things on, which makes it end up looking more complete. And fixing these stupid pillars because they were like sideways. I couldn't fix the back ones, which bothered me, but you know, it's whatever. And then, oh, I just got the romantic garden stuff, which stuff pack, which I've never actually purchased before. I'm not a big stuff pack person, just because I mean, I buy them when they're on sale, but like if they're not on sale, I end up not buying them. But I suppose now that I'm doing this, I'm gonna have to actually start buying them, otherwise the things are gonna get really boring. But this was the first time that I ever used that fence, which looks really good. And then I'm just making like a garden area so that she can do like a garden aspiration thing. I kind of messed up there, but it gave me like a big idea, because I was like, if they're in like an asylum, would they really have the ability to make it perfect? So I kind of like messed it up on purpose to make it look like not as perfect, which ended up working out and looking really great. I think this is the last thing I did. I ended up putting the foundation like stone on, looking around to make sure everything was perfect, and that was it. That was my very first build, guys. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.